Okay, I'm leaving off from the last project, but I made some changes because I lost my last project. So this is the best way I could get close to that project. So one of the things that I've changed, close all, this DAO here, just using a new logic, but this logic does the same thing. It iterates about from 1 to 30, inserts some data, not even inserts some data, actually creates some fake data, puts it into this list so it can be displayed. I also call this the stock pseudo DAO because it's really a fake DAO. It doesn't really come from any data source. It's just I'm generating the data on the fly. Okay, so how does that change your code? In your stock controller right now, I'm going after the pseudo code. Okay, so I'm going to run this, and this is the data that I get so far. Okay. And that's really it. That's the only thing that's changed from the previous example. Now what the goal eventually to do is to actually get the data from the database. One thing I want to change, and this is actually something that I've seen a lot, I want you to go here into the DAO and I'm going to create a new interface. And I'm going to say here, I query. I'm using the I. This is kind of a C# convention, but I kind of like it. I'll use it in Java also. The I stands for interface. I'll click on finish. And this is based on a question that the student asked me because he kept seeing the diamond operator. So I want to create one with a diamond operator, and I'm going to say here -t, and I'm going to say here -t find all, and I'm going to say here list. Let's import this. Let's see, this is can't be resolved. Why is it can't? Import Java util and list. Now, let's see, what is this? What else is this complaining about? Okay, that's fine now. Now, what happens is, again, one of the students came up to me and asked me what this is stand for. So this is generics. What this T stands for is that wherever I place a data type, it will get replaced by this. So let's just use it so you can see it actually work. I'm going to use it with this class right here. I'm going to tell that class to implement I query, and I'm going to say this. Now, what does this mean for you? What this means now is that when I implement iQuery and I use this diamond operator, what it's going to do here is going to replace this with the type of stock, and this to return this also with the type of stock. So now this will return a list of stocks. Now remember, this is an interface. That means I need a find all method. I already had a find all method, and that's why it works. It actually follows the rule. Watch if I change the name to this and say X. The contract now is broken with the interface because this interface says I need a find all that returns this type. If I go back here now, notice that this now is changed. If I put the X back now it meets that contract. I have a find all that returns this. Okay? So now I follow the rules of the interface. Now, the relationship, if I do here, let's go to here. In fact, now I'll go back to iQuery and I'll do Control T. And I wanted to show you that the relation between this and this is parent and child. Again, I'll do that again. Control T. This is the relationship. And the reason I wanted to go over that, in your code and stock controller, instead of now putting StockDAO, I want to try to do this. I want to put its parent here, iQuery, stock, just to show you what's going to happen. Notice that this compiles fine, because remember, one of the things you can do is on the other side, which is the left side, you can either put the same data type or something that's above it in the hierarchy, a parent. And the parent is iQuery. And this is an important concept to understand. All right, let's run this. I want you to make this change in your code too, so that you're going after the interface, that you're using an interface here. Let's run it. Everything is the same, okay? So that's the introductory to leading you off to the next step where we change this to point to a database. So as of right now, it's not pointing to a database.